Welcome back to Wild Battle Channel. If you're intrigued by the intense confrontations, fierce fights, and exhilarating hunts in the animal world, you're in for a wild ride. Two little sheep decided to clarify who's the boss. However, they chose different tactics. One went for the charge and ram approach, while the other opted for stand your ground and fend off attacks. How their battle ended remains unknown. This elephant is not going to share its territory with anyone. The heavyweight is showing the annoying lion couple that they have no place here. The European hare wanted to practice high jumps as if preparing for the Olympic Games. Doing it alone was boring, so it found a way out of the situation. It decided to involve a dangerous reptile, which clearly had different plans for the long-eared jumper. The wildcat observed the movements of the hoofed herd for a long time. It carefully chose the most suitable spot for its watchtower. However, at last, all of this didn't amount to anything, and it had to hastily retreat to avoid getting caught by the horns of the ungulates. The leopard seized the moment when it could firmly grasp the opponent by the throat. After that, it pulled the crocodile out of the water and headed towards the thickets of bushes. In this case, the strength of the spotted cat prevailed, and the reptile was caught by the predator right in its own territory. It's no wonder they say there's strength in numbers. A whole pack of hungry hyenas decided to have a wildcat for lunch. Using the tactic of bite and run, they noticeably rattled their potential prey's nerves. But as we can see, the visibly tired animal wasn't about to give up prematurely and took a brief pause. It went to the water hole simply to catch its breath. Apparently, the thirst had tortured the deer so much that it wasn't afraid to drink water nose to nose with a lurking crocodile. At a certain moment, the predator decided to attack, but its potential victim was prepared for any turn of events and managed to slip away in time. An eel found itself on the hook of a clever snake, and its fate seemed sealed. But its agility and resourcefulness helped it slip out of the powerful grip of the reptile. Interestingly enough, even the snake itself didn't understand how it happened. In an attempt to protect its young and punish the audacious cat, a small wild pig displayed all its heroism and gave the predator a good thrashing. However, unfortunately, it didn't help the offspring in the end. A 3-meter crocodile was peacefully resting on the riverbank, completely unsuspecting of any mischief. But at one moment, it caught the attention of a small terrier, who bravely launched an attack on the formidable reptile, barking and even biting its tail. Such aggression frightened the predator, and it fled in retreat. Two young bisons engaged in a confrontation, seeking to determine who was stronger and more dominant. Their sparring could have gone on for eternity, but suddenly, one of the giants unexpectedly backed off, deciding to retreat. It seemed that it had no chance of claiming a dominant role in the herd with such an approach. A hungry leopard, spotting a porcupine, will surely attempt to make it its prey. However, such confrontations usually don't end well for the predator. It typically remains with an empty stomach and pierced limbs. Meanwhile, the porcupine carries on with its business. The crocodile came up with a clever trick. It performed an impressive somersault right in front of its immediate rival. While it was caught off guard, the crocodile simply snatched the prey from under its nose. An enraged elephant decides to attack two hippos who came to drink water. The mother defends the attack for both of them, since its calf is not yet capable of defending itself, and it takes the brunt of it. So much so that it has to flee from the swift adversary. When the little rabbit kittens were left alone, a rattlesnake instantly tried to devour them. Noticing this, the mother rabbit immediately launched an attack. It pulled the predator away from the nest, repeatedly kicked and shook the reptile with all its might, not giving it a chance to escape punishment. The elephant mother and its calf wanted to quench their thirst with fresh water, but their plans were not meant to be fulfilled. Suddenly, a toothy crocodile emerged from the water and clamped onto its trunk. The reptile immediately dragged its prey underwater, but the clever creature managed to escape from the deadly jaws. "We don't abandon our own in trouble." This phrase couldn't describe better the family relationships of buffaloes in her herd. If one of them is under attack by fierce predators, the other horned comrades immediately come to their aid. The hippopotamus set itself the goal of eating fresh crocodile meat for dinner. It tried to catch the dodgy reptile this way, and all attempts failed, so someone had to go to bed hungry. With such impressive skills in walking on their hind legs, these deer could have a great future in the circus. However, they chose to engage in disputes among themselves. While two individuals actively work on their strikes, another animal watches the proceedings with interest. The naive and trusting primate apparently decided to take a dip. However, it had no idea that a toothy threat would be upon it instantly. The alligator quickly clamped onto the monkey, and it seemed that nothing could change the situation. But suddenly, at the last moment, the predator inexplicably changed its mind. It's well known that cheetahs are the fastest runners, but the fact that they're capable of such astonishing leaps in height was hard to imagine. The lion pride was peacefully feasting on a substantial prey when a pack of cunning hyenas interrupted their lunch. One female lioness attempted to attack the intruders, but to no avail. Then, the prize leader appeared on the horizon and swiftly showed everyone who's the boss. In this deadly confrontation, the zebra managed to thoroughly rattle the nerves of the crazed predator. As a result, the lioness not only remained hungry, but also beaten, as it is difficult to even count how many times it was thrown to the ground. Leisurely sipping water, the wildebeest noticed two predatory eyes watching it from behind. Going to the shore was dangerous, but the animal still dared to take a risk. With its persistence and bravery, the hoofed creature cornered the predator and forced it to flee far away. The lioness wanted to quickly cross to the other bank, but troubles found it on their own. A hungry crocodile with sharp teeth unexpectedly lunged at its prey, and even managed to drag it underwater. But the frightened feline was lucky. By some miracle, it managed to fend off the predator and reach its initial goal. We hope you had an exhilarating experience exploring the world of animal battles, fierce rivalries, and thrilling hunts with wild battle. Subscribe and leave a comment to let us know your thoughts and suggestions.